the Center for Disease Control, breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States. Hispanic women are the most known ethnicity of women to die from breast cancer. Some symptoms of breast cancer include new lump in the breast or underarm, swelling of the breast, redness or flaky skin of the breast on the breast, any change in the size of the breast, pain in any area of the chest. Now to hear from some people who this terrible disease has affected the lives of. So, how did your aunt having breast cancer affect y'all?
Our family took it pretty well when we found out. I mean, it was sad and devastating, but we knew once we found out her results and that she was I think they said a grade 0, we knew that she was going to be fine.
Alright, how did it affect your daily life?
Back then it did affect us a little bit just because my aunt was sick and weak and couldn't really make dinner or really do much for her kids and her husband, so thankfully our family were able to be over there every day and help them.
Alright, what was the process like for your aunt?
It was really a quick process. Once we got her results and knew her grade level, she decided to get a double mastectomy to make sure she got rid of everything.
And finally, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I love my aunt and I'm so glad she's still here.
How did having breast cancer affect you?
It basically affected every part of my life for a while. Whenever I was first diagnosed, I was 37 years old, and I was working, and I had 2 little kids, married, and it was very difficult to try to manage everything that I had going on.
Alright, how did it affect your daily life?
So whenever I went through the chemo treatments, I would have to take off work for half a day on Wednesday. I found out that it took about 2 days for the side effects of the chemo to kick in. And so I would take off work half a day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I would go to work. By Saturday, I was feeling nauseous. I was feeling tired. I couldn't get out of the bed. And so on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of the next week, I basically just stayed in bed and didn't really get up or do anything.
Speaking of the treatments, what were some of the side effects of the treatments of breast cancer that you experienced?
So I was on a very aggressive treatment plan. I had stage 3 breast cancer, and so it was very stressful. It was a lot of medication that they gave me during that time. So the effects of it were very, very severe.
Alright. What were your thoughts on the treatments?
Going into it, I was very scared because everything was so strong. The treatments that I had, after I had my 6 rounds of chemotherapy, then I had 30 rounds of radiation, and then I had several surgeries after that. So it was very scary, but at the same time, it was all necessary. So I definitely trusted that my doctors were doing the right thing. I went to the John B. Amos Cancer Center in Columbus, and I knew that they had seen thousands of women and other cancer patients. So I trusted my doctors, but it was scary at the same time.
How important was your family through this entire process?
I don't think I could have made it without my family. I wanted to quit going to treatments halfway through because the side effects of the treatments were just so bad. And my husband was the one that would pick me up and put me in the car and make me go to my treatments.
Do you have anything else to add for us today?
Just if you know someone who's going through any kind of cancer, whether it's breast cancer or anything else, just being there and knowing that they have a support system is super important for them.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So how did having breast cancer affect you, Miss Hammett?
Well, it's life-changing, that's for sure. When I received the news, I was kind of in denial. I could not believe that it was me. I really thought cancer was a death sentence, but 10 years later, I have learned that it is not. It was just something that I had to overcome and I had to come to grips with in my mind. And luckily, I have beat the odds, and I did not have to have chemotherapy, just radiation, so I was blessed. And I was able to overcome it after surgery, and so far I'm doing really well.
How did it affect your daily life?
For the first year it did. I had to go through multiple surgeries. So that first year, it did affect me mentally, physically, but I did overcome it, and now I think I'm stronger. I realize what life means, what values that I have that I probably didn't have at the time. So it puts life in perspective for you, for sure.
What was the process like?
Well, I had to have a biopsy and learn, that is definitely what I had. And once I did, after the surgeries, they took care of it. They took the cancer away. And now I go every 3 years, and I don't have to do mammograms anymore, but I do have to do scans to make sure that I'm clear. And 10 years later, I'm still clear, so.
All right. What were the side effects of the treatments of your breast cancer that you went through?
Luckily, it was just radiation. So I did have some skin that burned a little bit with radiation, and they had to basically do some damage repair on the skin. But once they did that, I was really lucky. I did not have to have chemotherapy, and I know that in itself is a lot on people to have chemotherapy.
How important was your family through this entire process?
They were very supportive, very supportive. My husband's always been by my side, and still to this day, they're very supportive.
Is there anything else you'd like to add for us?
No, just realize that I think 1 in 5 women are diagnosed with breast cancer, and it is not a death sentence. It's something that you overcome, and you learn what's important in life.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So as you can see, breast cancer has affected friends, families, and others we know in the Smith Station community. Join me in the fight to end breast cancer. Rilya Miller, PNN.